St. Mary Netherton Daily Chronicle, Morning Edition, March the 7th, 1926. Good morning, gentle listeners. Edmund Pruitt greeting you on this Sunday as our village awakens to a morning of quiet reverence beneath skies of soft, untroubled grey. The weather presents us with what Mr. Higgins describes as a Sunday of mild and settled disposition, with the overcast holding through the morning hours before thinning toward afternoon. Temperatures comfortable, with only the lightest of southwesterly airs to stir the hedgerows. A faint scent of wood smoke and damp stone drifts from cottage chimneys and garden walls, still holding the night's moisture. Those proceeding to the morning service will find the journey dry and agreeable. News from Meadowbrook Farm has occasioned considerable delight among the morning milkmen. Mr. Larkham's barn cat, a respected figure of some years standing in the dairy, presented her new litter of 5 ginger kittens during the early milking hours. The proud mother led the identical quintet in a measured procession through the dairy, the kittens following in surprisingly orderly formation, whilst the milkmen paused their work to observe. Constable Porter wishes it known that a young sheepdog puppy of affectionate temperament was discovered yesterday evening, wandering near the district boundary, and is currently residing at the constable's cottage, whilst its rightful owner is sought. The animal, described by Constable Porter as uncommonly friendly, and apparently convinced that every person encountered requires immediate and thorough greeting, has made itself quite at home. Residents who may have knowledge of a missing sheepdog puppy are encouraged to call at the constable's residence, where the enthusiastic youngster may be identified and collected. The tea room announces a Sunday special of Victoria sandwich cake with raspberry jam, which Mrs. Hartley describes as the sort of offering that suits a Sunday afternoon particularly well. Colonel Weatherby arrived shortly after opening with correspondence that prompted considerable discussion among the morning's patrons. A letter from Miss Marjorie Cuthbertson, a former village school teacher, announces her intention to pass through St. Mary Netherton next month whilst visiting family in the region. Miss Cuthbertson taught at the village school some 30 years ago, and the Colonel recalls her with fondness as a childhood companion, the two having shared a desk as children. Mrs. Caldwell, overhearing the discussion, remembered Miss Cuthbertson's habit of beginning each lesson by tapping twice upon her desk with a silver pencil before speaking, a mannerism that Mrs. Caldwell confesses she found herself imitating years later when addressing her own children. Mrs. Barnes's Leghorn hen maintains its reliable productivity, presenting this morning's egg at 7:15, with what Mrs. Barnes characterizes as Sunday punctuality that suggests even the most dedicated agricultural worker appreciates the measured pace of the day of rest. The Reverend Holloway announces that this morning's sermon will address the patience of the sower, a topic he describes as particularly fitting for this season of quiet preparation in gardens and fields alike. The Church Flower Committee has arranged an offering of winter greenery and early hellebores, creating what Miss Pettigrew observes as a reverent acknowledgement of the beauty that persists even before the fuller blossoms of the coming weeks. That concludes our morning report. This is Edmund Pruitt, reminding you that our evening edition will follow the 6 o'clock bells. Until then, St. Mary Netherton observes this Sunday with gratitude and fellowship.